Alright, what you see here is a Harbor Breeze Notus ceiling fan. It is in the white finish with the Driftwood blades facing down. I got this used off of Facebook Marketplace from my dad's new place to put it in his girlfriend's daughter's bedroom. I'm not sure which side waist finish is going to be facing down, whether it'll be the white side or the Driftwood finish. I'm thinking they're probably going to go with the Driftwood only because it'll have more contrast to the room, and also the floor is kind of similar finish-wise to the blades, so I think they might do it like with this side facing down. But I figured I'd show the white side as well, just in case, and also because there's really not any videos of these being tested on YouTube yet in this finish, so I figured I'd show both sides just for the heck of it. I prefer if they put it with this side facing down. I think it would look better in the room, but it's up to them at the end of the day. But yeah, I really do like how these look. They remind me a lot of the earlier 2000s fans and such, late 90s, early 2000s, like the 100 Augustas, the Will Breeze fan that I got from my grandmother, stuff like that. I know it's a knockoff basically of some newer Hunter, I forget what it's called, but yeah. Fan is from January of 2021, so it's pretty new still. And like I said, I really do like the design to the Driftwood blades and such. I think I like it better than bleached oak, but it also depends on the fan. It's definitely a nice touch-up instead of just having the same bleached oak from so many years ago. It gives the reverse side of a white fan a more updated look. And stuff like that at least looks more like real, like actual wood instead of like a print on it, like a laminate print on it. I mean, it still is a laminate print design to it, but it at least looks more like wood compared to bleached oak. But yeah. There's the Harbor Breeze logo up here. That's weird vents on the top. It reminds me a lot of that Walmart Aloha Breeze, the brush nickel one with the 5 blades and such. It is made by Latex, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, I know a lot of the Willis fans from Harbor Breeze are made by Latex. Yeah, it came without the pull chain, so I got these 2 replacement ones at Lowe's. That's because it is a Harbor Breeze. I think I just get 2 other ones. You would have used those newer ones that they use for some of their Harbor Breeze models. I'm not sure if all of them come with the newer design pull chains, or if there's still some that come with these types. But I figured since they didn't have the newer type for sale, I figured I'd just get this type for it. But yeah, it didn't have that. It was missing the screws for the switch housing and the mounting bracket. The mounting bracket is not the right one that would fit it, unfortunately. I thought it was going to fit it, but it's actually, the spacing's just a little bit off, but it's still close enough that it will mount it safely and not fall down. So let me go ahead and show it with the white. Definitely good job lighting up the space. Yeah, I think this would be the best combo for the room instead of just the all white look. Yeah, definitely looks really nice up close, especially when you see the blades like that. Definitely gives it a barn look in some way or another. Alright, now for low. Now the performance on this fan is actually not bad for what it is. It's just it's very cheaply built. That's really the only, that's just the downside on it. But performance on it's actually pretty good for something you can get at a home center. And it retails for about $100. And honestly, like, it's not a bad fan for the price point. But for that money, I definitely would use it going towards something better. But if they don't really have any better fans in the area and such, and you had to get something that's actually new from like a home center, this honestly isn't a bad option. only thing that might happen if it is the capacity going up, but I mean that is a common issue of fans in general, regardless of quality. Although you do see it happening more with cheaper fans, but that's really not something hard to swap out. You just need to know what you're doing and such. There's a good low speed to it. I mean, the one thing that's nice about a fan is that it's pretty quiet. It doesn't really have an annoying hum to it. Now you can see it's kind of swaying a little bit, and that is because I've noticed that the blade arm's kind of loosened up. I guess they might have loosened up after I put the blades on them and such. Um, I don't think they had, what is it, the washers on the blade screws, if I can remember correctly. I mean, if that's the case, I can always just buy replacement motor screws and just paint them white or something like that. And put them on this fan, and that way it doesn't loosen up after it's installed. But yeah, no, it moves a nice summer breeze and well. Yeah, so like for a newer fan, I really do like the design to it and such. Like it's a simple looking fan, but it has a nice design to it and such. Alright, now I'll go ahead and move up to medium. Yeah, I know once it's mounted on an actual ceiling and such, it won't wobble nearly as much. But I also feel like it's more so because some of the blade arms are just a tiny bit loose. Because with this box down here not being inside the ceiling, it's just right below the wooden ceiling and such. Now, see, causes the fans to wobble more. Especially if they're flush mounted. But, actually, no, especially if they're on the down arm, but if they're flush mounted, it would also can cause them to wobble a bit. Though for this fan's case, I think it's also more so due to the fact that the mounting bracket doesn't fit the canopy 100% correctly, so I feel like that's another reason. It's moving a good amount of air on medium. Definitely kind of reminds me of the Hampton Bay Windhurst a bit. But I gotta say, like, compared to, like, the Springfield 2, being basically the same thing as the Classic or just alike, I do feel like it's just a nicer option for them to sell at Lowe's if they want something with 4 lights to it. I mean, I did like the blade, not the blade design, the vent design on the Classics or the Springfield 2. But I feel like this has less of a builder look to it and such. Whereas that one definitely was literally a builder fan with a light kit integrated into it. Where this one doesn't really have that look to it as much. Alright, now I moved up to high speed. It does go pretty fast for something you'd find at a home center nowadays. Goes about as fast as like something from like the old, like the 2000s era that you just find at a home center. I'd say it's about the same air movement as like a Howard Beach Classic and stuff like that, or Springfield, or above that. It's definitely not like a Hampton Bay Cameron 2 air movement, but like it's about like almost as on par with like some of the older Hampton Bay fans that were actually good air movers. Yeah, like I say, for a new fan, that's basically a lower end quality fan, so it's definitely not a bad performer. Yeah, I mean, I prefer something a little bit stronger than this, but like, it's not like it's a fan that if I had to sleep in a bedroom with this at night, that it wouldn't be strong enough. It's definitely strong enough for my liking, but obviously I'd like to have something stronger like a Casablanca and such. Even a Spinnermotor Hunter fan and such would be good enough, but I mean, I can say it's almost as powerful as a Hunter fan of sorts, but not exactly. I can definitely say it's stronger than the Coastal Breeze, though. But I mean, that's not really saying too much, but it does at least outperform a Coastal Breeze. I mean, I've tested quite a few of them to really be able to say that. Like I can say it's above a Coastal Breeze performance, but it's not your typical Hunter spinner motor performance and such. So I mean, it is decent. So there's that. It's a decent fan you can buy at a home center nowadays. So it's definitely one I'd recommend. Or if you're looking to find something decent for a friend or something like that they want something brand new, not used, I honestly would recommend this. And the nice thing is it does come in 3 different finishes: white, well, matte white, brushed nickel, and oil rub bronze. I really do like how the other 2 look as well in the other finishes. I was actually thinking of getting a bronze one for my dad's place as well for his bedroom, but he's most likely wouldn't get used, as I feel like he would probably put up the buckwood, what am I saying? The buckhead bow hunter fan that he has. Oh no, it's definitely not a bad performance. Like it's something that I'd be able to put up with at night. Like I like something a bit stronger, but like it's not something that it'll definitely do the job where you need it. Like it actually does put off pretty decent breeze. Like I really am surprised how much it's and it's giving off. All right, now to shut off the fan. The reverse switch on this one is sideways, reminiscent of like a Camerons and such. Something I kind of find interesting with it. Despite the nice appearance of the fan, like it is a harbor breeze, so the build quality really isn't there. Like it's very, very light metal, very thin metal. But it performs well for what it is, especially considering the build quality. I'm really surprised it actually moves this much air. I mean, that's to say, like, there's a lot of fans that are cheaply made, but there are quite a few of them out there that actually surprisingly move a good amount of air for what it is. Not sure what size motor this uses, probably 153. I wouldn't be surprised, but I really doubt it's a 172 motor, but you never know. I don't think it is. It looks a bit smaller than that, but probably just has good capacitor values for it and such. I mean, it could be bigger than a 153 motor, who knows? I know for sure it's definitely not a 188 motor inside of it. So, I mean, now I got this one and this. So, rundown, we got the, for my dad's new place with his, with my grandmother and such, we have the Hampton Bay Glendale that's going in her room. The Casablanca Panama 2, the XTR one going in my room. This going into my dad's girlfriend's daughter's room. The Black Hunter original for the living room. The Buckhead Bow Hunter for my dad's room. What's left is finding a Malibu Star for that big room next to his bedroom. Something for the sunroom. Probably a Hunter Lantern, but yeah, maybe I might go with a craft-made patio fan, who knows. Something for the barn and 2 fans for the game room. So I got at least half of the fans for the house at least, so. Now it's just getting the rest of them. Oh, and the one from my dad's girlfriend's bedroom as well. Now I need to find one for her room as well. And that's probably gonna be the next one and such that I get. Now maybe not, only because I kind of do want to see what furniture she guys. She said she wouldn't be opposed to a white fan, but she would kind of prefer a silver one. But maybe if we were to get a white fan and have it with like white wood blades like this facing down, that would be a different story. I definitely want to get something for that room to be like a Casablanca at least. Something, or heck, even if it's a craft made, something showroom quality, not home center quality. She did tell me that she wanted something strong in her bedroom. I mean, this probably wouldn't be bad, but I'd prefer to give her something stronger. Especially if it's something that, like, if it was to have issues, I'd rather have, if it's on a higher ceiling like that, with the angled ceiling, I'd rather put up something that we won't have to take down to repair and something like that. Whereas in room that this is going, the room ceiling is low enough that I could always just take it down quickly and swap it up for something else if it did have issues, or just take it down to repair it quickly. Whereas the one in the master room would need a ladder. So, yeah. Oh, and there's also the barn. I need to get a fan for that too. In fact, maybe that I might put a craft-made patio in there. Cause my dad did say he doesn't really need an industrial, he thinks, but I do know he definitely will need something outdoor rated for that barn, just so the blades aren't warping during the winter. I mean, I always could maybe give the Four Seasons 3 in bronze that I have for the sunroom. It's just I don't know how the blades would hold up if it's not used for a while. I know some of the blades are kind of already warped down a tiny bit. Plus it does wobble a bit, so I know that fan would be one of my dad would probably be one to want in it if it has a bit of a wobble to it. Alright, so that'll be it for this video. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned for more videos to come.